Ever heard of the Ndungu report? I know this could be a new word to some of us, but if you're buying land, you need to ensure with your lawyer that that piece of land does not, it's not a part of the Ndungu report. Now, the Ndungu report is a document that contains all pieces of land that have been irregularly and also not well allocated. Okay? In this case, not all the pieces of land, or rather parcels of land that have been put in the normal report are questionable. Yes, they could be questionable, but there are some that their recommendations, people can transact on them, but obtaining, or rather meeting some conditions. So it's good you have your legal representation check through the recommendations provided. There are some that clearly you can't buy that particular piece of land, and in this case, before money exchange hands on the table, you might need to just check on that, because if money has exchanged on the table and basically you found that piece of land is in the Ndungu report, then there's little that you can do. Because ideally, that's someone who clearly knew the piece of land is part of the Ndungu report and they are going ahead to transact on the same. And in this case, I always say before you put your or rather you place your offer to a prospective seller, just ensure that your lawyers have gone through the Ndungu report and just to check that that piece of land or that property you're buying into is not part of the Ndungu report. Okay, now, sorry, I might need to mention something. You might need to do what we call proof of ownership. You can only do this if you go to site, talk to the administration office in that location, and ascertain that indeed that particular piece of land is owned by this prospective seller you are dealing with. Yeah, get to know their details. I know at the point of transacting, or at the point where you're getting the title, they will definitely give you their personal identification documents. Go an extra mile to do what we call the seller's ID search. In that case, you will need to check with the CID if this person has, and you're doing this innocently, just to check you're dealing with a legit person, okay? And also, yeah, check with the CID to see if they have any bad reputation or they have wrongfully crossed the government in that case. Then there's also like just doing what we call, you could contact the person's registration authority. So the information that you get, they will always give you the ID and the photo copy of the person, so you can ascertain if it's indeed the person that you met or something. Okay, don't really if an agent has taken you to this property, use a different proxy to do the proof of ownership on the ground. Don't use the same agent, because these people, at times they're motivated with the commission, at times they've been colluding with the owners, fake owners, so to speak. So it's up to you to basically just go that extra mile and see if you're really dealing with the right person. And in my case, that is something people really never bother to do, but it's very critical. Okay, and in that case, once you have ascertained that everything is okay and you're good to move forward, then you can now consult a realtor, or more so a property person who is very conversant with that, the values of that particular place you're interested in, to guide you on the price before you place your offer on the table. This is just like a tip I'll tell you. Try to understand the level of motivation from the seller. That could give you a level to negotiate your price, and maybe to get a price lower than the market price. And in that case, you could probably buy into a huge amount of equity before the start of the transaction, or the start of your investment. And I strongly feel those are some of the things that in the Kenyan market right now, you need to go an extra mile to just do that.